Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Today we are going to be working on our Tall Skinny mini album, or it's not a mini album. We're going to be working on our Tall Skinny envelope journal. Oh my gosh, I got it out, you guys. so, oh my goodness. So let me know when you pop on, say hello. I hope you can get into the chat and say hi. And let us know that you're here watching with us. And I see a couple of people on. So this is my YouTube Wednesday, and I am only doing this project over here on YouTube. So most of the time I live stream to both Facebook and YouTube. And so I'm just doing this one on YouTube. I want to do Wednesdays just on YouTube, just for you guys. Hi, Carol. So I think, that's what I think we'll just have some fun doing that. So last week we started our envelope journal, and we just made this out of business size envelopes. Oh yeah, I do. I was going to say, I wish I would have left one out so you could see what they look like. This was the kind that I used. And all kinds of envelopes have different ways that the flaps are, and you just have to work with, with the way that yours have started, right? And so when we put these together, and you can go back, obviously if it's on YouTube, it's been saved in here already. But I wanted to talk to you about a couple of the things that I tried and what worked really the best way, I think. So you can see when I got over here, this is what I tried to do. I tried to cut and release this right here. I'll just use this one and show you. I just used my craft knife, but basically, I'm not telling you this worked best. I'm going to tell you what I tried. I'm going to give you the benefit of my mistakes. So when I did this, what I was thinking is that it would release all of this. I could still, put this down and have this separate. And, instead of it being clear up to here, because if my paper was there, then this part was going to still be connected. And I didn't want it connected like that. So I, did this. Well, the problem is that if you use this pocket very much, it starts to rip right here. And so that starts to be a problem. So what I finally decided that worked best, and I tried kind of a couple of versions of that, but after I got into a couple of pages, I probably only did that on 2 pages. After that, all I did, nope, that one I did too. Okay, this one I did not. This one, I just left it intact, and I just put this paper over here. Now you can see it's not released clear to the edge right here. I mean, it's connected to that section, but you know what? That gives it a little bit more stability in there, and these are really, wide pockets anyway, right? So you don't really have to worry too much about doing that. And so I decided I liked that way better, and it just seemed to be, what should I say? It just seemed to be more sturdy, I guess. And so that would be what I would recommend to you. Well, then after we used these couple of papers, well, I guess I had 3 of them here that I'd been using to do this side of the pockets, and then this little strip. And then I'm like, well, what am I going to use to coordinate with? And I thought, well, I probably need something. And I thought about I had a real pretty thing that was kind of a Mediterranean blue pattern, and yellows and lemons and things like that. And I thought, well, if I do that, then I'm pretty much relegated to have a lot of, lemons. And I don't mind the yellow, but I'm like, well, I don't really want to do that for this time of year, maybe. And so I just thought, no, I want to find something a little bit more subtle. Well, then I realized that notebook paper has blue lines. I'm like thinking, oh, I'm just going to put the notebook paper on there. And then I had some, I thought, I've also got some dot paper in a notebook. Did I get one of those in here? A dot paper, and, and then the little graph papers. Now, these are actually more of a gray color. They're not blue. But you know what? They're so subtle, nobody's going to know. They're not going to pay any attention to that. It just does not detract from the rest of the blue patterns, I don't think. But I'm Christy here at My Artful Adventures, and welcome, welcome. If you are new here, thanks for stopping by. I hope you will enjoy this and subscribe and ring the little bell so you get notifications. And if you are here, if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get going. Now we're going to put, somebody asked me last time, these were the little papers that I took off last time, and somebody goes, what are you going to do with them? Well, I have some smaller ones even than this for somehow that we cut. But I thought, let's kind of start and let's make some pockets. We'll just start here at the front. And let's make a couple of little pockets here. And so I'm just going to make it the same width as what this is, and that's 3 3/4. So I only need to do 3 3/4, and I don't have to worry about this way because it's already cut, right? So we'll just make a couple of these. We'll just put 2 pockets right here on the first panel. And you guys, these are just fun things. And I'll save this so that I've got it for, something else back here. That way we'll have some pieces that'll kind of still coordinate throughout the whole little album, right? Okay. I'm just going to, and I'm going to go ahead and punch these at the same time. I tell you, you can feel such a difference in this. This is just a single, sided paper, and this is a double-sided, and I can tell such a difference in the papers there. The double-sided, I always think double-sided papers just are a little bit more sturdy. I'm just kind of gonna eyeball this and cut a little finger notch in it. I always think that looks nice for pockets. You can tell better where they are. And let's just give it a little bit of ink. We'll just ink the edges a little bit. Hi Susan, how are you? Thanks for popping on, you guys. Appreciate it. And we'll just get a little ink on here. It just gives a little something special, don't you think? And you don't have to ink them at all. Some people are inkers, some are not. Oh, thanks, Susan. Yeah, I tell you what, after I got into, covering those sections with the paper, I'm like, oh, I wish I would not have cut into that area. But you know what? I can go back in and just put a little glue down in those corners and secure them. And I didn't do that yet. And now that I'm thinking about it, and since I've already shown you, that's what I really need to do, is go back in there now and do that. So let's get these pockets on here. I don't know which way I'm going to put them on yet. We can put one down here, and I don't know, we can separate them and put them like this. We could even put 3 pockets along there. Although maybe in this first one, maybe we'll just do this. Maybe we'll just stagger them like this. Kind of like that. Let's do that for this one. So we'll just put it down far enough that it kind of reaches in through there. Let me grab something so I can mark it. Oh, I see, right? Oh, this is a good one. We've got that grid line, and we can just go ahead and mark it down. So we'll put the back one on first and just get that down. Just put on the 3 sides. And one tip is, if you hold the side you don't want to glue, then you'll remember not to glue that side, right? Of course, when you've got a thumb notch in it, it's a little bit easier to remember, but you get busy and start gluing down everything, and then it's just, there's no telling what you might glue down. Oh, Carol says she likes inking. Great. Me too. And sometimes I get kind of caught up in always using the same color of ink to do some edging with. And I tell you what, I've got so many colors, and I really need to get out of the habit of doing that. But I usually have that. I keep that vintage photo right here at my desk because I use it so much, and it's just handy. Okay, so now we've got 2 little pockets there. And actually, you could put something quite large in them, really. I mean, it's going to stick up here, and this one you could put something tall in. So that's kind of fun. And now I'm going to go ahead, now that I've shown you that issue, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a little glue down in here to just give it a little bit of stability there so it doesn't pop up and pull and tear the covers. So we've got that down there. I also had this paper, and I thought, well, this is kind of fun because it doesn't, I mean, this is awfully busy, and I get that. And some of you might think, oh my gosh, what has she done? But you know what? I don't really mind. Now, I was first thinking I was going to have to use some washi tape for this, but this is plenty big. Let me see. I don't want to go all the way to the top, but I'm thinking like most of the way. Like maybe I'll do 8 inches. That might be kind of fun. Let's just chop it off at 8 inches. And then we'll go in and cut it down the side. And when we do that, we're going to leave a little bit of a glue tab edge. So what did I say this was? 3 3/4? Yep, 3 3/4. So let's make it 4 1/4 wide. And then we've got enough for a nice little glue tab. So that gives us 1/2 inch. You know, I'm actually going to go, you know, let me trim it off a tiny bit more because I don't want it coming to the center. Oh, no, it won't. We've got this little, I was thinking if I do that whole thing, I'll be bumping into our little spine there, but I won't because I just measured the width of our little cover paper. So we're good on that. So let's go ahead and score it at 1/2 inch. Let's see. I like how this trimmer has got measurements on both sides of the scoring and cutting area. So now we're just going to fold this down. And let's give it kind of a different shape. What kind of shape shall we give it? Let's cut it down. Let's give it just kind of a little gentle cut. Like this. And let's round it off a tiny bit. Hey Christine, how are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. We're just working on some other things here on the Tall Skinny Envelope Journal. So see, I didn't really even cut much of that off at all. In fact, I'm probably barely, oh, look here. Here's where I trimmed it. You guys look at these tiny little pieces. That's all I trimmed off and made it not so sharp looking. That's not much, is it? Okay, so, and my goodness, let's see how this is gonna do. I probably should just poke it in there already. Yep, I should not have left that sitting there. Okay, so now, well, let me give this a good crease with my bone folder. Get it nice and sharp there. And we're just going to put some glue down on here. And you know, if you like to use double-sided tape or something, you could do that. I just like to use glue because it just gives me a minute. And I don't really feel like, our friend Shauna always says, tape for today, glue for tomorrow. And that's about the truth. I'm just going to set it right here along this edge. Put it down. Get that good and stuck. And now we could open it up, and now we could put another little pocket right here. See what we've got. Let's see what we might have for that. You know what? I'm not going to do that yet. Let's work on something else. I might put a little pocket of lace right there. And some of those things I might wait until later because I have not pulled out a lot of papers that are going to coordinate with this little thing. So I got to be kind of careful. But now we've got that folded up. Let's make another fun little foldy thing. And this time I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Let's just do it about 6 inches. And that'll still give me another 6 inches to play with for pockets and some other things like that. Sometimes you got to be strategic. When you find some things that work together and you don't have a lot. You know, I have found that I've been surprised at not really having a lot of colors that work with these blues. And I was kind of surprised about that. Okay, so I know this is 6 inches wide too. So we've got a 6-inch square. And what I'm going to do is I am going to score, well, let me think about this a second. Yeah, we're going to score it twice. So we get 3 panels. And we're going to do 2-inch panels. So we'll just score it. If you wonder why I do that so hard, it's because although it scores, it's not like a lot of your score tools. It's not super deep, so I really have to press hard. Hey Patricia, how are you? You like the flip out. That's fun, isn't it? It's fun to make things that are, you know, kind of interactive, right? Okay, so I'm going to fold this up like this. And let's round the corners on here. Let's give it a little different look. Oh, I don't know if this one's going to do it. That's not heavy enough. Let me grab my other ones. Okay. These will chomp through it easier. Let's just make a small, let's just do, this is a 1/4 inch. Well, it's already got a mark bigger where I tried to do the other one. Guess I'll have to do this one. Okay, so this is 1/2 inch. We're just gonna stick that in there and round the corners off. This way I'll give it a little bit more interest. Okay, so we've got that. Now you're probably thinking, well, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to get that on there? We're going to use some washi tape and make a hinge. We'll do a washi tape hinge. Okay, so all we're going to do is put it down here. And so, oh, let's add a little ink though. Where's my ink? Let's ink it up a little bit. We've added ink to a lot of the other things. Let me put this down. You guys, I had a roll of washi tape I was going to use, and oh my goodness, that was not fun. And then I thought, oh, this is some of the washi tape. Now, why I still even have it, I don't know. When I first started using any washi tape, I couldn't figure out why people liked it, because I had found some on sale somewhere and had purchased it. And I could not get it to come off of the roll. You know, it would tear. You know how tape, sometimes you get one end started and it just starts ripping down the middle of itself, or, you know, then you start getting triangles of tape. And that was how that was. Every single roll of it. And I'm like telling some of my friends, I don't know why you guys like this stuff. This is the most annoying stuff I've ever tried to use. And so they were going, where did you get it? So I told them, and they said, well, you might have got some that was just old, or they said, you know, not all brands are created equal. And if you don't like it, just get rid of it. And so somebody else handed me a roll to use of what they had. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like night and day. You know, I said, well, this would be fun to use like this. This one, not so much. So, you know, I ended up grabbing one out that had some blue colors in it, and I thought, oh, this will be pretty. And so I get it out, I start to pull some off, it's stuck to the roll, and then I'm looking closer and I can see where it's got triangle sections already on it where I've tried to use it before. I just took that thing and heaved it in the trash. I'm just like, I'm not playing this game again. Like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to think that that's a good one to use. But I don't know. How about you guys? If you like to use washi tape? I'm wondering if you like to use it. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Now, when we put this on here, it's got these 3 little panels. That would be fun. You could put little phrases in. And we'll go back and we'll be doing, you know, all the stuff to it. We're just little by little getting, you know, different sections done. Sometimes I do, and this is kind of the way I create. Sometimes I have a plan for the whole thing and I can get it done at once. Other times I'll think, oh, that would be fun. Let's do that. And, you know, then I do kind of all of the, what do you want to say, kind of the construction. And then I come back and work on it. So actually, let's do this. Nope, that's not going to work. I was thinking we could make it. Oh no, we can do that. Okay, I have a different idea. Let's, instead of using washi tape, let's make a tiny pocket. So we can have the little fold out. No, let's not. We can do that on something else. Let's still use washi tape so we get the full fold out. I want to do that. So what I'm going to do, and I think just to make sure my washi tape, and let's see, let me make sure this is folding correctly. Yeah, so we want the washi tape on this side. I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue along here so that my washi tape doesn't end up coming off. Just a tiny bit. Just squiggle it on here. And now we'll push this on. And I'm going to put more than I need, and then I'll cut it with my scissors. So I know exactly where it needs to go. And I'm just going to follow the the little curve we've got there, and then make it straight. So now we've made ourselves a little hinge. You guys ever use washi tape for hinges? So now let's go ahead and put a little bit on here too. Make sure it is gonna stay down nice. And you know, I'm always surprised how well washi tape sticks by itself, honestly. I mean, who would think it would stay that well? Okay, so now we got it on here. Now we can push that on there. There we go. We've got that on there. And we could put, let me see. Let me see if I got a little paper clip. We couldn't fix something later. No, I just have funky paper clips in here. But we could put a paper clip on later to hold it closed. And you can still see it's going to pop up down here, but that would be fun. And then we could decorate a paper clip and put on. So maybe I'll just put that there and help remind myself to do that after a while. Okay, so that's what we've got done so far. Boy, we made some progress today on what else we were adding in. So we've got the pockets here in the front. We've made this flippy floppy part here. Actually, I'm thinking about using a little bit of lace to make a pocket at the bottom, and I don't have my lace sitting out over here. Now this is another one that I released over here, and I need to tack it back down. If I don't, it's just gonna rip. It's gonna rip out to the front, and I don't want that to happen. Nobody wants to spend this much time. Oh, we didn't ink this one. Let's give this one a little ink. You know, you start inking and then it's like you see a part that didn't get inked and it looks naked. So we don't want that. And just a little bit on the bottom. Okay. So So that's 3 different things we can add in to our tall skinny journal. So you got just plain pockets like that. This little flip out. This one like this. Let me see. Let's do another one out of this same paper. Well, now they're going to be right together, aren't they? Let's put something over here, though. We can use this same piece. Oh, that'd be fun. Let's do this one and put one in the other side. Let me see how tall this section is right here. This one is, I'm going to make it 5 inches. 5. Not quite so deep. Maybe just 3 inches. Let's just cut that off at 3. So sometimes, you know, don't feel like just because you have, you know, flip-flop things and pockets that you can't add more goodies in. I'm just gonna clip these off here and set this. Oh, how'd that get that? What did I measure wrong? Something we measured wrong. I'm about 1 inch off. Oh, I cut it. Did I just cut the side instead of the length? Yes. I didn't cut the length off. Oh my goodness. You know. Well, now that I need to trim that again, right? Let's just do this one. Okay. Okay, so what do you think? Should we make this one just a pocket in there or another thing that folds out? See, and I should have made a little glue thing there. I still could, I guess, just a tiny bit. We'll still fold over a little. Let's do that. Instead of adding washi on it, let's just make, and we don't have, you can even get by even about 3/8 of an inch. You don't have to go a full 1/2 inch. Even if you do about 3/8 of an inch, it works pretty well. So let me do with my bone folder. Oh, I see it hiding under the ruler. I'll go ahead and do the other edge. Okay, a little glue. Got another flip flap. Okay, all right. We'll just put it in the same section down here. We ran this one clear to the bottom, and we'll do this one too. So now we got 2 things there. So you can open up. We've got room over here, here, and then we can still, you know, have a little bit of room for journaling or something there. You could if you wanted to, or we could tack this down here and have something with the slide in here. I kind of like that idea. Let's do that. Of course, we've got so many pockets. Let's not. We already have so many pockets. Every one of the envelopes is a pocket on this side. So I don't think we need that. I think we'll be good on that. All right. I think, so I've kept you almost half an hour, and I think we're good for this right now. And we'll come back. We only have 2 more pages to add something to. So we'll come back next Wednesday and do those and start doing some other decorating. How's that sound? You guys, thanks so much for being here with me. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And then I will be on Facebook and YouTube tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central and 3 p.m. Eastern and 2 Central. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. See you soon. Bye-bye.